Ooh, a piece of candy.
Get ready to clench your asshole so tightly that not even King Arthur can pull Excalibur out of it and escape from Tarkov. The game where you run around the war-torn fictional region of Tarkov, shoot people, and buy the best equipment only to lose it because some dilapidated scumdick was hiding around a corner and smokes you. But why? Why the mindless killing and pillaging? Well, I'll tell you. After an economic and societal collapse in the region of Tarkov, the private military corporations, USEC and Bear, fight over what's left of the region, and you play as an operative of one of these two factions, or as an inhabitant of the region known as a Scav. Escape from Tarkov is an adventure, RPG, first-person shooter, simulation game that is kind of like a small-scale battle royale. Tarkov is only available on PC for the time being. However, according to Google, it is semi-confirmed that a console version is in the works. There is no controller support for now. And finally, the menu settings. Well, you know what to do. Tarkov's graphics are not the best I've seen, but still pretty damn good. I'd put it about one step below a AAA title. The art style does a good job at capturing what a war-torn Eastern European country would look like. You got shit laying all over the ground, random holes in the wall, a fucking helicopter fell through the ceiling here. There's some abandoned cars on this bridge, you get the idea. It's recommended that you have a DX11 compatible graphics card. Here are all the things you can make your character do. You can pop a cap in that ass. You can emote. You can sprint to let everyone in a 100-foot radius know exactly where you are. You can crouch and go prone to be a sneaky boy. Aim down sights and steady your aim. But if you're not prone, your weak little noodle arms will eventually give out. You can move slowly to be an even sneakier boy, and actually adjust how slowly you move with the mouse wheel for maximum or minimum sneak. You could do a tactic cool lean around corners. You could do a bigger tactic cooler lean around corners. Adjust the elevation of your crouch, throw some explodey boys, run out of stamina, you move real slow, aim real shitty, and breathe heavier than a fat bastard who ate 5 pounds of roast beef, take a break in a nice cozy bush to have a little snacky poo, or drink some drink. Introduce doors to the bottom of your boot, or open them normally. You could loot shit, sometimes it's just loose items, sometimes you have to wave your crosshair all over the place in the dark to find things. There's crates to open, rifle through the pockets of dead men like some kind of ghoul, and more. Stand there defensively and identify items you found, but have never seen before. Heal your little boo-boos. If a limb HP drops to 0, it'll function like shit. Use a CMS kit to heal it. You can have 100 med kits, but if you don't have a CMS kit, go fuck yourself because your leg is permanently broken until the end of the raid. So now you have to go crawl in a nice secluded area and die like an animal, so hopefully nobody finds your corpse and loots it, so you can get your items back in insurance. Spew random nonsense from your mouth. Check how much ammo is in your mag because the game doesn't keep track of ammo count for you. Clear jams, manually load your magazine with bullets, and finally, once you're done pillaging, run to the extraction zone to escape with your precious loot. The main thing you're going to be doing in Tarkov is raids. You can do raids as a Scav or a PMC. As a Scav, you get a random loadout, but it's usually lukewarm hot dog water.
Look at the top of his head!
You keep what you find if you survive. You lose what you found if you die. Other Scavs are friendly to you. However, there is a cooldown period on being a Scav because fuck you. Or you could be a PMC, which is your character. If you live, you keep everything you find. If you die, you lose it all, along with what you brought. However, you can insure your stuff so that if people don't extract with it, you get it back 24 hours later. Yes, I die a lot. Here's how raids usually go. Equip your loadout. You can do a raid during the day and night. You assemble your entourage. You wait 6 years and you finally get into a raid. Once there, you frantically run around the map, jumping at every little noise you hear so that you could acquire that juicy loot. But there's other people as well as AI characters around the map that also want that loot, and they will argue with you about it, mostly with bullets. You'll either successfully extract with the goods, or get smoked by some dude that you never saw and lose everything on you.
Alright, holy fuck.
There's also normal quests and daily quests that you get from the vendors, which can be anything from killing some scavs on a specific map, finding a gas analyzer, finding assorted foods, modifying a gun to certain specs, etc. Completing quests earn you some XP, money, assorted stuff, and rep level with that vendor. Gaining more rep will allow you to buy different stuff from them. Speaking of the vendors, here they are. You click one, you buy their stuff, you sell them your stuff. That's it. Each vendor specifies in a specific type of item, like Ragman who sells mostly clothing, Therapist who sells mostly meds and food, or Peacekeeper who sells western munitions and whatnot. There's also practice raids where you can put varying amounts of enemy AI on varying difficulties of the map, so you could, well, practice because you lose nothing if you die. Lastly, every 6 months or so there's a wipe, meaning all of your quest progress, all of your levels, your inventory, and everything you've done gets reset. You got your hideout. There's a bunch of crafting stations there. You smash some shit together, wait varying amounts of time, and receive your item. In addition, there are other stations in your hideout that do things like make you gain skill levels faster, regenerate energy faster, be a scav more often, make more money from quests, a shooting range to try out different guns, etc. Now, the maps. There's a bunch of them. The two maps I've experienced with are Factory and Custom. Factory is a small indoor map with lots of tight underground corridors and staircases. There's an openish ground floor with assorted industrial bullshit laying around, and some overhead platforms to walk on. There are multiple levels to Factory, including a basement and an upstairs portion, so you can be sure that you're getting your cardio in. It lasts 15 minutes and 4 to 6 players can spawn on it. Customs is a big ass map in an industrial zone with a forest next to it. One part of the map has some warehouses that you can go into, some industrial equipment for you to play on, and some gas stations. Another part has an apartment complex tucked away in the woods. You could go in here and loot most of the rooms, but people love coming here to camp, so be warned. You can explore the surrounding forest to find a homeless man's campsite, rob it, and make him feel bad. Customs typically last 25 minutes, and 9 to 12 players can spawn on. This game is fucking hard. People can have better gear than you, and oftentimes you'll just get randomly one-tapped from walking around. But that's not all it is. There's so many mechanics and so many different items that do all different things that you need to learn about to be effective. The skill cap of this game, in my opinion, is something close to League of Legends. You need to have good motor skills to shoot faster and more accurately than your opponents, but also have your knowledge of the gigantic maps to be able to outflank and outmaneuver your enemies. You gotta know where the good loot spawns as well as what it does. This game is definitely better when you have someone to take you under their wing and explain everything to you.
So in that situation, I probably would have ran back to the first guy that I killed and grabbed his gun as fast as I could.
But this is what's going on in my head, so it doesn't matter. As for enemies, as mentioned earlier, there are AI scavs, player scavs, and PMCs. AI scavs just kind of walk around and randomly talk, shoot pretty inaccurately, but players will obviously move like people and shoot more accurately. There are also boss scavs, which are NPCs that shoot more accurately and have really good gear on them. They're hard to kill and they usually roam the map and shoot you on sight. Kill them, loot them, if you can. And now the loot. There's a whole lot. First and foremost, there's guns, all kinds of them. You got assault rifles, pistols, SMGs, shotguns, grenade launchers, and sniper rifles in all kinds of variants. Each gun uses a specific type of ammo and uses a specific type of magazine. You have random bullshit like meds, med tools, and AAA batteries. They don't really have an in-game function, but you may need them for quests, hideout upgrades, or just to sell to make money. There's different types of medical shit that helps with all different types of injuries, such as a splint for broken bones. You got keys to open high-tier loot areas, or to gain access to the map, like how you need the labs keycard to get into labs. Everything can be found in raids, purchased from vendors, or the player-ran flea market. There's lots of different gear you can equip in Tarkov. Each piece of gear has stats or effects that directly affect the damage you do, and the durability or senses of your character. There's gear tiers, meaning some gear for specific slots do what it's supposed to better than lower tier gear. You can equip headphones which amplify sound so you can hear your death coming faster, a helmet to protect your noggin, a face mask, an armband, some body armor, eyewear to reduce glare, 2 long guns, a pistol, a melee weapon, a tactical rig, and a backpack to keep shit in, and what is known as your butthole by the Tarkov community. You can put stuff in it, and if you die, you don't lose what's in it no matter what. It's good for getting valuable loot out of raids or just keeping meds in so you don't have to keep rebuying them, but it's small. Every gun can be customized to the nth degree with things like flashlights, laser sights, and a whole lot of other shit like this. There's also an RPG element where you passively level skills such as Vitality, which decreases your chance to start bleeding from an injury. The more you get shot, the more it levels. Escape from Tarkov is a multiplayer only game. There is no story as of right now, but they are apparently in the process of making one, as well as several other modes such as Arena and an open world mode. You can play multiplayer with up to 5 friends, and there is proximity voice chat, but you will quickly learn to trust nobody, like this dirtbag that baited me.
Hey bro, I killed the PMC up here. Come here if you want some of this loot.
There is no pay to win in this game, which we love to hear, but you can buy a bunch of different editions which give you non-combat advantages, such as a bigger butthole or a stash. This kind of teeters on the edge of pay to win, But if you are evenly geared, it's still going to be whoever shoots faster and better wins. Overall, Escape from Tarkov is not for everyone. You need patience and a positive mentality to enjoy the game. You will die a lot, and a lot of the time it'll be to some random dude 300 meters away that you had zero chance to do anything about. But the thrill of having shit with 500k in your inventory, frantically trying to escape with it, and getting paranoid at every sound you hear provides a rush like not many other games can provide. If you can put the hours in to learn the game, it could be really fun, especially with friends. With that, on our patented 0 to 1 scale, we rate this game a 0.69 out of 1. Would be higher, but it does take a lot of time to get into, which that might be a turnoff for some people. If you enjoyed this no bullshit review of Escape from Tarkov, please one-tap that like button from 300 meters away, loot that sub button, and leave a comment to appease the almighty algorithm. Thanks for watching, good night, and don't forget to renew your card's registration.